Hello, everyone. I see a lot of people interested in metadata. That's good. Uh, I am Walter Shilman. I am the CTO of CAN Prizren and IT.
I am Ariel Anthieni, CEO of Scan Territorial IT. Rodita? Oh, I see. Yes. We notices the need to integration several tools to manage geospatial and alphanumeric information in a one-size workspace. To achieve this sort of using of data governance toolkit that can adaptate the metadata harvesting component to allow the toolkit to connect with geospatial service standard, for example, CSW. We use the library by CSW and make it component with Open Metadata in order to interpret some basic service methods with the metadata toolkit, for example, with Shilman. Okay, we provide advice and support to establish methodologies, responsibility, and process use to standards, integration, protects, and store data according to the guidelines of the Data Manager Association, DMI, for standard international for general and administration governance in different institutions or business company in different application. The main object is to application clear rules and try team to make information system agile and scalable at all level. Sorry. That meeting about to develop visualization and report system dashboard, for example, that allow us to generate metric and establish alert for information analysis to facilitate the decision marking the process in squaring the data quality and data analyzer.
Okay. Continuing with the line of the Data Management Association, well, in Spanish it's DAMA. I think it's DEIMA in English. They talk about the data governance life cycle. Sorry. This life cycle, it's not only a technological life cycle because it includes the process of the production of the files. To at the end of the line, we have the usage and the disponibility of the information. So in all of these steps, we have a lot of work from people and their processes that are, containing all of this work together. That's why it's important to have a platform that contains all of the data sources. The ETL processes, ETL stands for extraction and integration and loading processes. To be able to have the visualizations and govern the management organization's data with its lineage and between components and the impact on the change of the flow and its components. Okay, let's talk about Open Metadata. Open Metadata. Open Metadata is a set of open source tools and libraries that are designed to support the implementation and management of metadata in a consistent and standardized way. It provides a range of features and functionalities that can be used to create, store, manage, and access and discover all of the metadata. These components work together to provide a comprehensive way to the management solution and can be integrated with different types of systems such as data integration platforms, data lakes, for example, and other data governance platforms. Some of the key features of the open metadata includes, metadata discovery, like I said, and harvesting, metadata storage and management, and the possibility to query some of your metadata. Overall, the the video is not playing. Well, it's a video, an interactive video of the platform. Open metadata is a super powerful tool that can help organizations to better manage their metadata and improve their data governance and integration processes.
Open metadata by default comes with the large set connection, the its basic connection and specific connection, to allow to harvesting data from database and collects and harvesting to metadata, ETL system, visualizer, string data system, and ML system and other metadata system. But it's what's not enough for us to address two needs. Okay. By default, Open Metadata has to connect in the Postgre connector, the solver, the necessity before it can consume PostGIS without problem. But this don't allow the integration of the specific metadata of each of the layers and specific fields. To it was complex the consuming geospatial information with this context.
Well, in the last slide we saw all the connectors that we had, but there wasn't something super specific about the geospatial information. Well, if I go back a little, we have the Postgres connector, as Ariel said. We have the PostGIS integration, so we can have some tables with a geom column, and the platform recognized that it's a geom data type. But we need something like a little more robust. So what we did, this is a use case that we accomplished. In this case, we are ingesting GeoNode CSW, all of the metadata of each layer into Open Metadata. So how did we do this? Well, the standard way is to, GeoNode writes in a PostgreSDB and we can ingest it into Open Metadata. But we lost a lot of information of each layer individually. So, we developed this custom connector that we called, CSW custom connector. This is some zoom into the connector. Basically, we have the GeoNode that has the PyCSW endpoints and API. And inside of this custom connector, we have basically a field mapping where we can standardize the way we want to ingest all this information to metadata, making it available to ingest, for example, the ISO 19123, for example, metadata with this tool structure. And it's made so we can modify it if we want to change the structure and add or delete some of those metadata fields. So achieving this, we made some super general connector to connect any CSW service to Open Metadata, and we think it can be adaptable to any geo web server that uses the standard of CSW. Well, here we have a little peek of the UI. Open Metadata is super simple to use, really. It's like a few clicks. It's super easy. You have, well, in this example, we have metadata services, and we added this metadata CSW. And well, you need to put, of course, the connection details, the strings, if it needs authentication. And it will, at the backend, it has a harvest process that, well, achieve all the information from the PyGeo API, and well, map all the fields that you want to have in the metadata, and it ingests it into the metadata, open metadata. So with this, we can consume data and metadata from any geospatial server